Hi guys, welcome back to Benmore CrossFit at home. Hope you had a good rest day yesterday, and I hope you took the opportunity to follow the little video that we sent through from Sally. Part of the reason for the timing of that is, although we're doing, in the same minute we're doing squats, we're doing front squats. And front squats require quite a lot of mobility in your upper back and across your shoulders. So it's good timing in terms of the session that we sent through yesterday. So even if you didn't do it yesterday, do it now, and then do this video. Okay, let's come in and have a look at the workout. What have we got? We've got a 20-minute, every minute on the 2 minutes. I'll explain that again if you are unsure of the acronyms. There's a little abbreviations video that we sent around yesterday as well. So the first part is a 20-minute, every minute in the 2 minutes. We're going to do 5 front squats, okay? And then after our 5 front squats, we're going to do up to 5 pull-ups. And we're going to do all of that within a 2-minute window. So it should really be every 2 minutes on the 2 minutes, okay? But anyway, so set a timer. At the start, you'll do 5 front squats, and then you'll do up to 5 pull-ups, and you'll repeat that whole thing 10 times. So therefore, it'll take 20 minutes. Yeah? Does that make sense, Sarah? Did I explain that clearly enough? That's part A. And then part B is 15 minutes every minute on the minute, doing your skill practice of choice. I'm not going to demo that because there's so many skills that you could do, and I'm not sure what you're going to pick. So, but it's just 15 minutes of practice. To give you an indication, I practiced freestanding handstands. Sarah practiced ring muscle up transitions, I think.
Yeah.
Out of the corner of my eye, I think that's what you were doing. Okay, that's the workout. What's the limited equipment version? The limited equipment version is, for part B, is exactly the same. And for part A, it's tailored. So rather than do 5 front squats, you're going to do whatever your average max is within a 30-second window. I should make that clear. Average max, 30 seconds. Yeah, fine. So hopefully you will be familiar with the format that we've used before. So during the warm-up, at some point, I will say, if you're doing the limited equipment version, now's your time to establish your 30-second max rep. So that's for you to watch out for. And let's imagine that's 20 squats, then you will do 10 sets of 20 squats. If that's 15, you'll do 10 sets of 15 squats, whatever it happens to be. And then you will follow that, rather than do strict pull-ups, you will follow that with 10 bend over rows per side, and again, I'll just talk through those. Okay. Is that clear enough? Hope it is. Alrighty, so start off with our 5 minutes usual cardio. Whatever you've got, run, row, bike, double unders, jumping jacking, something to get your heart rate up, something to get your body temperature up. And then we're going to go through a relatively quick warm up. So the first part of it is going to be air squats, alternating lunges with a twist, and pass-throughs. And all of those things look like this. So air squats, stand with your feet approximately hip width apart, somewhere between hip width and shoulder width apart. Big proud chest, big fat belly, not sucked in belly, big fat belly. Arms out in front of, ideally arms out in front of you. Go sit down in a chair, bum moves first. And stand. And stand. Okay? Air squats. Followed by alternating lunges. So take one leg, kick it out in front of you. Back leg, don't allow your knee to touch, but almost. And twist round. And step back up again. Kick the other leg out. And a twist. And step back up again. Okay. And then pass-throughs, should be quite familiar with these by now. Straight legs, bend at the waist, fold over, walk out into your plank, come up into a downward dog position, bum as high up in the air as you can, as straight a line as possible between your bum and your wrists. Sarah, how am I doing?
Doing really well.
Okay. And then twist your left, twist your right, keeping your back, keeping your legs straight, or as straight as you can. Stand back up again. So, 10 air squats, 10 alternating lunges with a twist, and then 5 pass-through. 3 times. Okay. Then after that, we're going to do a series of core activation exercises. The first of them is a runner's lunge. So, runner's lunge, just go into a lunge position like this. Both hands on the inside, so not your hands on the outside, hand on the inside. Make sure that back leg is as straight as possible. Try not to, I'm not particularly good at this. Try not to hunch your back. Try to have your back be as straight as possible. Take your free hand, so the hand that's not needed for your balance, the opposite one to the leg is back. Look at your fingers. Pass them through, keep looking at your fingers. Keep looking at your fingers, keep looking at your fingers, keep looking at your fingers all the way around. And do this 10 times. Keep looking at your fingers the whole time. Now, if you're really flexible, you'll probably be able to get your elbow very close to the ground. I can't. But if you can, great. Okay. And then repeat on the other side. 10 per side. Fire hydrants. Peeing dog. Start on all fours. Lift your knee out to the side without allowing your hips to twist too much. Out to the side. So not like this, because your hips are twisting. So keep your hips square on, or square on as you can. Make sure your arms are straight. Knees out. Push your feet back. Bring your leg back out again. Alright? So knee, heel, back. Knee, heel, back. Okay. And then repeating it. So 30 of those, and then repeating the other side. So 30 per side. And lastly, finish off with our dead bugs. Dead bugs look like this. Dead bugs are wonderful. When I was coming back from an injury, I spent 6 months doing dead bugs. Great. Okay. So we start off, flatten our backs. You've probably got a space in the small of your back here, between your ground and the hollow small part of your back. Get rid of that space by tilting your pelvis up ever so slightly. So close that down. Make sure this stays tight. Knees up. Now, legs absolutely don't come past vertical, so not like this. Can do this, but ideally here, but definitely not like this. Okay. So your thighs are vertical, and your calves, your shins are horizontal. Arms are up. Make sure that space between your back and the ground is closed. And alternate between opposing legs and hands like this. Now, don't quite put your foot on the ground, don't quite put your hand on the ground, but almost. Okay, and 20 total, 10%. So, runner's lunge, 10 per side, fire hydrants, 30 per side, dead bug, 20 per side. Repeat the whole thing twice. Okay.
I think it was 20 in total.
Oh, for the dead bugs, it was 20.
Mm-hmm.
20. That's always good. You're right. And then very quickly, we're going to run through our pipe routine. For our and include a front rack stretch. So I'll do this super fast time, but you do this 30 seconds in this position. I'm starting this time with my left hand on top of the pipe. You can use a brush handle, whatever you've got at home. Push the pipe away from you as much as you can. keep it completely vertical, or as close to vertical as you can. And then from here, because I've got my left hand on top, I'm going to push the pipe over to the right hand side. And pushing it away from me and pushing it over to the right at the same time. I'm getting a really good stretch down here. Okay. From there, I'm going to do 10 of each of these movements. 3 separate movements, but we're going to do 10 of each. First, it's going to look like this. Second one's going to look like this. And the third one is going to look like that. Okay. Hopefully, you've done these plenty of times before. You'll be very familiar with those. If you're not, give me a shout. I'll talk you through it. And then we're going to finish off where we started, but this time our right hand is on top of the pipe. Keep pushing it away from us. And then ultimately we're going to push it over to our left hand side. That should take you 30 seconds. You should hold that position for at least 30 seconds. And the last thing we're going to do is our front rack position. So we're going to grab the pipe as if we're having a sword fight with somebody over the back. Take the opposite hand, reach under your armpit, grab the pipe, and lift the pipe out. Full grip up here, so not like this. Full grip. Take the pipe, push it in front of you. Your elbow will pop off to the side, that's fine. Hold it for 30 seconds. Same again on this side. Again, elbow will pop out to the side, that's fine. Pipe comes out straight in front of you. Try not to allow your body to twist too much. Just bring the pipe straight out. And then we're going to do it again. This time, we're going to bring the pipe across our bodies so our elbows come out in front. Okay? And again, take the pipe, pull it across, and our elbows right in front this time. Okay. So, various limbs and bits and pieces should be well limbered up by now. And let's go through, I know I've got them here as pull-ups and front squat. We're going to do them in the opposite order actually. We're going to start off with the pull-ups. So, if you have a pull-up bar, I want you to start off with a few scapular pulls. I'll do them here. So scapula, take your bar, hang from it, and then you just lift your shoulders up and down. Up and down. And do that. Two sets of 10. Now you might be saying to yourself, John, I don't have one of those. What do I do? Well, if you have a bar, I want you doing essentially the same thing in your bent over position. I just want you doing that. Retracting your shoulder blades backwards and forwards. Similarly, if you're working with an odd object, okay. And this will be the position you'll start for your bend over rows. I want you doing exactly the same thing. So note the position. So the weight is between your feet. So if your feet are here, that's fine. But whatever feels comfortable. And the weight is not of your front foot, it is in between your 2 feet. Shoulders are square on. And I'm just going to do this. I'm just bringing my shoulder. I'm bringing it back. I'm not bringing it up to me here. I'm bringing it back. Hopefully, is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So those are your scapular warm-ups, depending on what version you're going for. If you're going for your strict pull-ups, Sarah's been working hard on her strict pull-ups. She's been boshing them out today. Some cues for your strict pull-ups. You might think are really odd. Really tight tummy, really tight bum, keep your toes pointed. You might think, what on earth has that got to do with me pulling myself up to a bar? Well, it's all about ensuring that you have tension throughout your body and you're not losing energy. Imagine you are trying to pull a rope and you've got tension on it, but somewhere in the rope there's an elastic band. And guess what? All the strength in that whole system just disappears. So you want to keep everything as tight as you can, because guess what? It's all interconnected. So that's tip number 1. And tip number 2, mentally think about trying to keep your elbows as close together as you can. Okay, so I get into this position, I get ready to pull, I squeeze my bum, I squeeze my thumb, point my toes, I think about engaging my shoulders, and I pull. And I keep my elbows really tight, 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 tight. And I'm back down again. And pull again. Voila. Straight pull. Now, if you are doing bent over rows, I would like you to do 10 per side, okay? So, your bend over row, take your weight, whatever your weight is, set up just as we had before, take your elbow and think about bringing it through your stomach. If you are working with a barbell, because you might want to do bend over rows, they look broadly the same, like this. There's not quite as much range of motion, so if you do have a kettlebell, it's probably slightly better. Or, another option of course is if you have a squat stand, your front squats, you just simply drop onto the bar like this and do some rows like this. Lead with your chest. Make sure your shoulders are engaged. So not like this, but like this before you start. Not here. Here. Notice my elbows. Yep. You can also do that, I've demoed it before, a table row. So imagine this is the edge of your table, and you just do exactly the same thing. So there are plenty of options in terms of your pull-up variations. Okay. In the workout, no more than 5. You might be able to burst out 15 unbroken strict pull-ups. Good stuff. That's not the focus of the workout today, is predominantly on the squats, but we want to have something that just challenges our upper bodies as well. And it's a pull to counter the push from the squats. So, so no more than 5. Okay, front squat. If you're working with an odd object, you're likely going to do a goblet squat. So take your object, both hands, keep it close to your chest. Exactly as we were doing for our front squat. Chest is up, belly is flat. Sit down in a chair, move from your bum first. And stand. 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 Okay. Keep your chest up the whole time. And now is probably the opportunity, the time for you to think about how many can I do in a 30-second period. What you should do is you should do 3 sets and record the number. And whatever that number is, the average, that's how many you will do in your workout. That makes sense, Sarah?
Yep.
Okay, going to set up for squats, front squats.
That might not have been your rack.
That's not my rack. All right.
It's a limbo bar.
Huh?
Limbo.
I could. And the bad thing is I couldn't live more under that. Those bars of no use to me. Without any description. All right. So I'm actually just going to shift that. Okay, so front squat setup, predominantly the same as most other squats. So you think about foot placement, you think about keeping your chest up, you think about keeping your tummy really tight. However, the big difference is the weight, of course, is on your front and will want to make you fold and bend over. And you need to counter that the whole time. Elbow's got to be really high. And that's why whenever we were warming up with the pipe, we were doing all of this stuff to mobilize all of these muscles down here, all of our lat muscles, because if our lats are tight, our elbows are down. If our elbows are down, we're likely to roll forward with heavy weight in the bar. Okay. So, depending on your own personal preference, you want to start off in this sort of position. Now, I like to keep my hands, I don't go like super close like this. You see some people like the front squat with their hands quite close together. And relative to the markings of the bars, there, can you see that? So the knurling on the bar starts here. Some people like to squat, put their hands here, like this. I like to go a little bit wider. So I take my thumbs, put them on the edge of the knurling, and that gives me a pretty good width for me. When you're squatting, you should feel as if this thing can just sit here. Like, there you go. You can just sit on your shoulders the whole time. And that's a good way to test. Have you set up properly for your front squat? In fact, we're going to do it.
Zombie squatter.
Zombie squats. Okay. I'll do that. So it's a good way to test, can I front squat properly with back grounding, because guess what? If I start to move forward, the bar's just going to roll off the front. Other little tips in terms of your front squat are to really think about trying to hold it. It feels counterintuitive. You want to hold it like between the start of your clavicles and the outside of your shoulders. And it might feel, and Sarah coughs perfectly on time, it might feel as if the bar is choking you, but actually, and I noticed that, like, I am sort of tucking the bar in underneath my Adam's apple. And that might feel a bit odd, but the more you do it, the more normal it will become and natural it will feel. But you know, to really get the bar sitting on your clavicles is a really good position to be in. And if it feels a little bit uncomfortable, time will practice. You just get used to accustomed to it. Okay, so last thing in terms of front squat. Let's try to tuck the bar in underneath my Adam's apple. Just keep your elbows up the whole time. And this is what happens if you allow your elbows to drop. This sort of thing starts to happen. And that's not good. So, tight into your clavicles, high elbows. Think about getting the width right for you. And don't be afraid to go out wide. Like, I mean, I'm not talking about going out super duper wide, but don't be afraid to go a little bit wider, just to give you a little bit more movement in your lats and through your scapula. Okay, so let's come back to the warm-up, back to the workout. So in your front squat, think about your setup. I'd like you to do 2 sets of 10 at least with your empty bar, and then add weight until you get to approximately 50% of where you think you'll lift. So if you're going to lift 100 kilos today, you think, add some weight, get up to about 50 kgs, good to go. And that's the weight that you would, so your 50%-ish would be where you're going to start your front squats at, and you will add weight as you go through and build up and build up and build up until you get to something that's particularly heavy. If you don't know what your 50, you don't know what 100% is, so therefore you don't know what 50% is, that's fine. Just go for something that feels good, solid, not too heavy, just solid, and then add weight as you go through. Okay, what have I missed?
I don't think you've missed anything.
So just to clarify the structure, for 20 minutes, you're going to set a timer to beep every 2 minutes for 10 rounds, yeah? And in those 2 minutes, you're going to do 5 front squats, and you're going to do up to 5 strict pull-ups. If you're working with a limited equipment, you're going to do whatever your maximum 30-second average is, to do that. And then you'll do 10 rows per side. And you'll repeat the whole thing 10 times. And that'll take you 20 minutes. And then for your 15 minutes, go back through all of the videos that we've done. Skills Day is coming up next week, but go back through, find a skill that you want to work on, and play around with it for 15 minutes, have fun. If you've got any questions, give me a shout. Is there anything else, Sarah, that I feel as if I'm missing something?
No, I can't think of anything.
Don't know what it is. Anyway.
No.
Any questions, give me a shout, and we'll see you for the next one. Alright, bye.